Hi everyone, my name is Nikita Sashdev, CEO and founder of Luna PR and Luna Media Corp. Today I'm joined by two visionaries in the Web3 space, Eric Gu and Sam CEO. Today we'll talk about how CertiK has played a role in Kaia's Web3 evolution, and we have a very exciting panel ahead of us, so let's dive straight into it. I'd love to know more on how this partnership was formed in the first place and an overview of your companies.
Yeah, sure. Sam, maybe you can go first.
Okay, so let me introduce myself first, and then I'll talk about our partnership with CertiK. So I'm Sam. I'm the chairman at Kaia Foundation. I used to be leading the technical team, but I'm current as a chairman. I'm leading the entire team, and then Kaia is a layer 1 blockchain started by actually merging two previous chains, Clayton and Finshare, and those two chains were started by the big giants in South Korea and Japan, Kakao and Line respectively. So our goal is to bring the Web2 users to this Web3 through these different channels like Line and Kakao. So that's our vision and that's our goal. And I mean, to achieve this goal, actually we need to build a lot of technical infrastructure and also the building blocks for the applications and so on. And then the security is one of the key areas that we have to always look at and always enhance. So from that perspective, we made a partnership with the strong, the security firm CertiK, and then CertiK is one of our governance member and also a very strong partner in our security enhancement. And so that's our major, the area that we are working together.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I'm Ronghui Gu. I'm the co-founder and CEO of CertiK. I'm also a computer science professor at Columbia University, focusing on formal application and software cybersecurity. And CertiK is the largest Web3 cybersecurity firm out there. We work with most of the big players, including Kaia. And actually, we started the partnership starting from before the merge of two blockchains. We are security partners for both Clayton and Finshare.
Yes.
When we first met is the year 2023, right? 2 years ago. And we already established a pretty long-term partnership since then with this merge and a new vision and evolution of Kaia network. And we strengthened this partnership, not only the cybersecurity, but also as Sam mentioned, right, the governance. We're also one of the validators for Kaia network.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense on why Kaia would partner with CertiK and vice versa. Mm-hmm. I mean, CertiK was founded out of New York, and Kaia, you guys were founded out of South Korea.
South Korea and Japan, basically in Asia.
In Asia, and but Asia has been played such an important role to CertiK. You mentioned a couple of big names that you work with here. Now another one that you've partnered with. And here in Asia, the stablecoin landscape is evolving quite rapidly. So how do you see the stablecoin industry playing a role in Kaia and playing a role with CertiK? Because I know recently you had a very big announcement.
Yeah, I mean, as Nikita mentioned, the stablecoin is becoming really big thing for this crypto, but also for the Web2 and then normal the financial areas. So in Kaia, we see stablecoin as next thing for the ecosystem growth. So we are building kind of the stablecoin orchestration layer. So through this orchestration layer, so different stablecoins like USDT or the Indonesian rupiah stablecoin, Japanese yen stablecoin, different types of or different currency-based stablecoins can be working together, and also users can use any types of stablecoin on any type of application. So if I'm Korean, I'm using Korean won stablecoin in the future, but I'm gonna use this Korean won stablecoin in Japan. But behind the scene, the actual this orchestration layer will do the magic to convert those Korean won to Japanese yen stablecoin and even further Japanese yen itself. So this kind of the exchange or the orchestration will be handled by our orchestration layer on the Kaia chain, and that's the announcement and that's the plan that we actually shared early this week. And but our vision is actually the stablecoin will be changing our entire lifestyle in terms of payment and remittance and also cross-border transactions, everything. So to prepare that kind of the future change, we are focusing on stablecoin, and we are building the infrastructure layer or the building blocks for the stablecoin applications.
That's incredible, and congratulations on the recent announcement. It seems like something that's so required but kind of underrated, because we've gotten so used to stablecoins just being pegged to USD, and in our industry we talk about interoperability all the time, but what about amongst stablecoins and fiat currency? So that's really fantastic that you've announced that. And Eric, how does CertiK plan to work with stablecoins? I mean, stablecoins are on the rise. I just came back from New York, and it's the only discussion taking place.
Actually, so in Asia, it's also the most hot topic, right? So that's why you may know that we released our stablecoin Skynet report, right? Talking about stablecoin issuers, adoption in different areas, and also cybersecurity risks, right? In stablecoin, all this kind of stuff, right? Certainly, we started to work with the stablecoin issuers actually many years ago. We closely work with like Paxos, right? And also help them with PayPal USD as well. And then we also work with Ripple for their stablecoin effort and so on. So we just co-hosted an event with Ripple 2 days ago here during KBW. I would say we have been in this business for a really long time, and also I would say we're deeply involved in the lawmaking procedure for stablecoin related regulation framework and so on. For example, I serve on the advisory board for MAS, Monetary Authority for Singapore, and then also I serve on the Hong Kong Web3 Task Force Committee. And when we first discussed about, let's say, Hong Kong dollar stablecoin is back to still 2023, right? 2 years ago. But it's really a long journey. Lots of people are pushing really hard on it, but the development is not as fast as it is now, right? The recent months. And for Kaia, I would say we're really good to see that. Well, Kaia is backed by, let's say, Line, Kakao. There are more than 200 million users, right? With Kaia network and this payment infrastructure and so on, right? You can make these stable coins available to all these users directly. I would say that's really amazing, right?
Yeah, it's incredible that also you're involved in the policy side of things. I think, in the States, Brian Armstrong of Coinbase has done such a good job at pushing policy forward based on, on what he's seen through his business. And I think that Hong Kong and Singapore in particular have so much to offer for the Asian market. With your experience in the US, there's a lot that you can bring to the table in Hong Kong and Singapore. And Eric, you're quite involved in the AI side of things as well. So how does AI play a role in stablecoin issuance?
First of all, when we talk about stablecoin, people right now are talking about the potential, the commercial side of it, but actually there are lots of risks related to stable coins, including, let's say, smart contract risk, oracle risk, like operational risk, all this kind of stuff. And actually, security is still very, very important in the stablecoin entire business, right? During the life cycle. And then I would say for CertiK, we have been thinking that, right? We do code auditing, we have a monitoring system and so on. But these kind of things still is not that frequent. We hope that, right, we can offer something that can work with the developer during their each GitHub commits, right? During even very small updates can help improve the security and so on, rather than waiting for, let's say, one major auditing, right? So that's why we develop our AI-based pre-audit scanning tools, and we customize that tool for Kaia. Actually, the first time we released this tool is on Kaia Hackathon, right? We released about how to use AI tools to help secure Kaia ecosystem, smart contract, and so on during the Kaia Hackathon.
That's amazing. I would actually like to know a little bit more about your journey, Sam, because your journey has spanned from infrastructure upgrades to onboarding millions of users. What else is in your pipeline?
Because we are working closely with Line and Kakao. I mean, as Eric mentioned, we have about 250 million active users across different Asian countries, and so to onboard these users, of course, I mean, the infrastructure should be ready for onboarding massive users. So we have been building the performance optimization techniques and also scalability solutions and so on. So our chain is capable of handling a few thousand transactions per second. As one example, we launched kind of mini app environment inside the Line Messenger early this year, and that is called the Dev Portal. And Dev Portal is a kind of app store of different mini dApps. And then during the last 6 or 7 months, the users created more than 67 million new wallets. We saw huge increase of the active users and also new wallets and then new transactions. And then that was the first step as we are building the stablecoin infrastructure and stablecoin use cases, and the micro transactions and between AI and others, and also between between people, and different financial transactions will be coming, and then we have to be ready to support this kind of the large scale transactions. So we are also building kind of layer 2 support the micro the trading transactions and so on. Yeah.
I mean, you're integrating with these super apps that everyday people are using here in South Korea. So I can't even imagine the mass adoption that you're contributing to. These users that you're onboarding, are they Web3 natives, or are they mostly just completely new to the crypto space?
I would say we have both. So there are, of course, the Web3 users are fast to adopt a new environment and new Web3 applications because they are more familiar with this Web3 and the cryptos. They are just faster than Web2 users, but since our applications are inside these super apps, so these apps are also exposed to normal Web2 users. And so they are also onboarded to try games and other DeFi apps and other stablecoin apps, but still they are not really familiar with Web3 and crypto, so they need some time to understand and get familiarized. But we are also trying to minimize the hurdle or the difficulty of this Web3. So for example, in our Kaia wallet that is embedded inside the Line Messenger, user can just use Line ID or other social ID to create a wallet. From the beginning, they don't have to really memorize the seed phrase and this kind of the technical stuff. So,
it's not complicated. I think that's how it should be. I think that's what pushes so many users away. It's like all of a sudden it's like, don't lose your seed phrase. If you lose it, all your money is gone, and it's like, no, forget it. So that's fantastic. I think that the easier you make it, the better it is. And you mentioned something about games and mini apps, and I heard that there's something you guys are doing together on that front with CertiK, metaverse NFTs. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, the games are one of the areas that we have been focusing on, but the games, basically games are to give some fun to the users, and the user can enjoy the new content, and also through this content they can actually earn something, or they can own some IP or game items. So from that perspective, so we are discussing with CertiK about how to secure the ownership of these assets, and also transfer of the ownership of these game items and other IPs.
Right. Yeah. And CertiK is coming in, supporting you guys with all the mini dApps that you guys are doing within these sectors, within gaming, NFTs, metaverse. And how does that work, Eric, to constantly be up to speed? I mean, you guys are known for your work in Web3, and this seems like quite a bridge between Web2 and Web3. So how does it work? Is there a bit of a different way of auditing?
Yeah, I would say it's indeed not quite different, but indeed different. Because when we work with many layer 1 blockchains, and we work with many dApps, right? They're building smart contract, all this kind of stuff. Kaia, right, introduced this new concept of mini dApp, and I would say it's really innovation, and but also I would say bringing challenges for our job, because securing mini dApp is a little bit different with securing smart contract and so on. Well, one good thing about mini dApp is kind of like is encapsulated within the Kaia blockchain, and also Line app and so on. So I would say on that side is better protected on one side, but on the other side I would say it's directly connect with Kaia Wallet, and it owns the IPs and also currencies within the games, all this kind of stuff. And we also need to making sure, right, these are well protected and so on. So we basically need to build a new scanning tools for mini dApp for Kaia. It's great to see this kind of innovations, and we're glad that we can be involved and support.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it just puts CertiK on another level now, right? It's not just Web3.
Yeah, not just
you guys
Web3,
will become a household name in Web2 as well.
Yeah.
And so you're working with so many Korean companies now. Do you have presence here in South Korea?
Well, it's a good question. We just talked about it, and we try to get some suggestions from Sam that we officially entered the Korean market, and we are in the process of setting up a subsidiary in Korea.
Amazing.
Yeah, we are
Congratulations.
trying to build a team here, and of course with the help with lots of our partners. We hope that we can provide a localized support, right? Not only we're gonna have a BD team, marketing team here. We're gonna try to build an engineering team here to provide a more instant tech support for our important partners here, including of course Kaia.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important. That localized support, I think, is key. And so it's amazing that you're building your presence here. And Sam, how important is it for all your dApps to be audited by a company like CertiK?
The most important thing for the dApps to be audited, because basically we are targeting Web2 users, and that they don't really understand the tech behind these Web3 or cryptos. So, but if that they experience something bad or something unsecure, then we might lose the trust from these Web2 users. For us, it will be more difficult to enter a Web2 market and also to bring these Web2 users to this Web3. The first thing, we have to be very secure in terms of the code auditing and then security test and so on. So the normal users can feel that, okay, I can use this application without worrying about the security issues. So that's the kind of minimum requirement that we have to provide for the mini dApps and for the users. So in that perspective, the security is really important, especially the mini dApps, because those mini dApps are provided inside the our daily everyday application.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't even think about that. The fact that Web3 is being implemented into so much of our everyday lives that it's starting to just seem like a little bit of the internet, where it plays in the background and you don't even notice it. But you can't do Web2 audit on Web3 technology. You need Web3 audit, and as it's becoming more mainstream, so will CertiK, hopefully. So Sam, how do you envision Kaia in the next 5 years, and how much of a role does these new technologies, AI, blockchain, play into the growth of Kaia?
So in next 5 years, actually from the last 6 or 7 years, we tried many things, the NFT and the games and also metaverse and so on, and then finally we realized that we have to admit that this blockchain, or including Kaia, has to be the financial system for the public transactions and public applications. So because one of the big application now we have is stablecoin, and so in next 5 years I think the financial system will be changing a lot because of stablecoin and because of blockchain. And then in next 5 years the Kaia will be the main infrastructure for this new financial system, and that's our goal and vision. And then to achieve that, our first step is again we have to be the very strong and very familiar infra for the stablecoin and the stablecoin applications. That's the one vision that we have. But also we have AI. So how we connect the stablecoin, our blockchain and our financial infrastructure with AI is also very important, because AI, for me, AI is really great tool for automation, because they can minimize the time that we have to spend for implementing something or repeating the task. But AI can actually help on reducing the time that we have to spend for doing these kind of things. And so process optimization and also kind of the finding a good solution for the normal people, the AI would be a key player for that. Because we are basically mainnet, and also we are developing the mainnet technology. So, and then as I mentioned, this is financial system. The financial system has good benefits or good advantages for the people if they can use it smartly and then in a good way. But if there is a risk, or if they don't use it well, then they might lose their money, or they might be exposed to some risk. So AI can help to minimize those risks by automating some complicated process, and then also AI can give the typical people to get more chances to get and earn something, or find some opportunity like investment and so on. So in our vision, we are creating this kind of super app environment and super app chain. The people can use different applications inside this single environment or some different environment, but AI can help people to connect different applications inside a single environment, so they can feel that, okay, everything is for me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said it's all about evolving, right? Like Kaia's evolved from inception to where it is today. And you mentioned you will continue to evolve and integrate the technology that's important for its growth. I think being in the Web3 space is just only natural to evolve. Even me as a PR agency, when I started in 2017, 4chan and Reddit were so important, and now they're not as much anymore, so like even I've evolved in this space. So it's incredible to hear your growth, and I think your aspirations of being just utilize the mainstream blockchain for your industry in Korea, maybe even globally. I think that it's ambitious but doable at the same time, based on what you've achieved already.
Yeah, I believe so, because I think it's doable, because everyone, CertiK and Kaia and other teams are working together, and also we are advancing the technology, and also we are creating your real use cases and your adoption, and these are really happening. Stablecoin is not something that people don't use. Actually, more than 100 million users are using stablecoin right now, and then this adoption rate is getting faster and faster. So these are really happening, and then we are building the tech and also use cases. So this kind of adoption can be accelerated, and also this can be a real life of our lives. Yeah.
And Eric, how does this impact CertiK? Because this is a whole new industry. You're working with dApps, you're working with stablecoins now. So how is CertiK evolving in this process?
Well, I think it's a great question, and as you mentioned, right, we are all evolving, and the industry really has been changing really fast. For CertiK, I think our current definitely the biggest mission is how to help our partners, clients, right, to focus on their own involvements or in the development of their ecosystem, technology, and so on, without worrying too much about risk, cybersecurity thing, and so on. That's our mission. And we mentioned about the AI, right, technology, and so on. You can see CertiK, we also proactively embrace AI, and not only can we use it internally, right, to help improve the efficiency, but also try to build a new products, right, to help our partners and so on. We feel like in this area that's in the next 5 years, I would say, gonna be very important for our industry, because we're gonna work together. Like Kaia, CertiK, many partners, we're gonna work together, trying to push forward the wide adoption, right, for Web3, for stablecoin, and so on. And during this procedure, we hope that there will be hundreds of thousands or even millions of dApps, right, mini dApps, right, being developed and so on. But then how to secure, right, these applications, right? How to scale the technology? We find that AI might be the key, right, to this. And Kaia collaboration is our actually first attempt. As Sam mentioned, right, we hope that we can give Web2 users experience that while they are just using Line or just using apps without need to notice, right, it's a Web3 wallet, and without need to learn what is smart contracts, right, what's the meaning of auditing, right, something like that, and we want to give them a smooth experience. I think we are all working very hard along this line.
100%. I mean, you completely nailed it. I guess for my closing line, I would like to ask you guys to give some advice to Web2 users that are looking to enter the space. It could be on security, it could be on how to make it easy for them to enter, whatever you feel is the most important thing for users to know right now.
Okay, yeah. So my first advice is for the Web2 or normal people is we are trying to improve the UX and UI of this Web3, but still there are difficulty, and so sometimes it's difficult to find where to start and how to start, because most dApps or Web3 applications are developed using smart contract, but the smart contract is something that people are not familiar with yet. But smart contract, we need to be secure from this smart contract, and these mini dApps, we have to be audited, and those smart contracts have to be audited. And then my advice is check whether those applications are audited. And then after that, at least you just can feel that, okay, it's safe, and then try to learn how to use it. And that's my first advice. And then if you see the CertiK logo, then that's
audited by CertiK.
That will be the,
you can't just fall for anyone, right? Only the best.
My suggestion is similar in the sense that we know people will be scared about things that they are not familiar with, right? And also many people, retail users, they heard lots of scary stories like, well, someone got hacked, I lost my private key, and so on. So I would say that I hope that more and more people can see that there are lots of developers, builders in this space. We work so hard, right? Try to make it safer, right? Try to make the experience more smooth, right? And so on. So we hope that more and more retail users can just give it a try, right? Use Line, use Kaia wallet, right? To try to play with it, and then they will not be scared about it anymore, I would say.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it all boils down to just making it seamless for the users, making them feel safe, and education at the end of the day. Thank you so much, guys. It was great speaking with you.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
the best for your
Thank you.
future.